My name is Yadwinder Singh, and today we are going to discuss about the MSP. That is MSP still a relevant option for the farmers of India? And Sunal is here with us. Hello, Sunal. Welcome to you.
Hello, yeah. Hello, Yadwinder.
So let's start with our first question. That what is the current scenario of MSP in India, especially the state-wise and crop-wise? Can you tell us about that thing?
Okay, so yeah, I have some data with me. So let's talk about MSP uh, and what is MSP, how it works with Indian agriculture system. Totally, under we have MSP. Indian government is giving MSP on 23 crops, and it was happening in six states across India, mostly in the northern side, Punjab, Haryana, some parts of Uttar Pradesh, mostly western Uttar Pradesh, and northern Rajasthan, and then later on, Madhya Pradesh is added on, Chhattisgarh was added on, and then Telangana state from south they added, and it come up around six states mostly in India. So I would say roughly whatever India is producing, most of it, I mean, 27.8% of the total crops or production of India is having MSP, proposition.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's that's a huge number. I can say, like
Hmm.
most of India is getting the MSP.
No, 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 not most of India. As I said, only six states. If you
Okay.
go towards, yeah, if you go towards,
But
above.
you can say like as per the area, like you talked about the bigger states.
Hmm.
So mostly the Punjab and Haryana farmers are asking about the MSP. What about the other states like Northeast, the smaller states?
Yeah, the more you move towards eastern side, there is almost zero MSPs on anywhere else, be it Bihar, be it Jharkhand, be it anywhere else, or you know, the West Bengal or anywhere else. There is even in northeastern states, there is no such kind of provision of giving MSPs to the farmers, and I would I mean, again, I said it's about roughly less than 30% of the MSP, which are mostly on, wheat and paddy, and it's almost 90% from the MSP, which is on the wheat and on these crops, wheat and paddy, and then there is a sugar cane, which is altogether it's a very different kind of crop where the scenario is totally different. Sugarcane MSP or any benefits are given by the factories where the farmer drop their crop.
Okay. Yeah, like even in my area, there is a like sugar mill in Dhuri, so they are
Hmm.
also giving some benefits to the farmers. So
Yeah.
yeah. So yesterday we talked about the MSP and all the World Trade Organization thing, that how they are providing MSP to the
Hmm.
Indian farmers. So
Hmm.
how many agricultural households are getting MSP, like with percentage, you can say?
Okay. And uh, let's talk about Indian, scenario. Now, as we said, only 27.8% of the total production of India is getting MSP, and you'll be shocked to know only 8.8% house farming or agricultural households are getting benefited from the MSP uh, plan, and now since the Telangana and Chhattisgarh is added, so the number roughly reaches to 10% of the total number of households from the whole population in India are those are getting benefits from the MSP scheme.
Okay. So, do you think it will increase if MSP came into an effect? Like more agricultural people are getting MSP in future. Do you think?
No, no. I tell you, MSP is a diminishing kind of term. MSP, as per WTO's regulations or whatever we have, India has signed the clause over there. They have to decrease the number or amount of MSP as each year passing since the foundation of WTO. It's supposed to be by now MSP is supposed to be vanished, but it's still there in the system. There are sectors, other sectors, those are growing without MSP also. So farming MSP is depleting throughout the globe.
Okay, so I'm just going to discuss, asking you a question.
Hmm.
Is MSP connected with other countries too? Is a little deviating from our topic. Like, uh,
Hmm.
there are a lot of protests are going on everywhere. So, are they demanding MSP, or is it something else?
You mean in other parts of the world, Europe and
Yeah,
the US?
like in France, Spain. Yeah,
Okay, so no, they are not fighting for the MSP. They are already these European. Okay, European nations are or the farmers there are already getting so much MSPs in Indian rupees. They are getting almost 50 lakh, 48 lakh rupees of MSP each year. While in India we don't have that kind of amount which we give to the farmers here. Only few thousand bucks rupees are even given. So the MSP issue is not there in the Europe. They are fighting for the fuel price hikes. They are fighting for the import of grains from Ukraine and other countries. They are also kind of fighting for the rate in for the commodities which are getting retail prices are getting higher day by day, increasing day by day. For example, DAP or urea or other pesticides and all. In Europe, agriculture is something where you don't find small farmers. Even you see in Canada only, you don't find
yeah,
small farmers. They are the large, lands which are owned or
yeah.
run by single
Every year, small farmers are just vanishing.
living. Yes.
Yeah,
So that's what there is a model of development or there is a model of development or developed country where less and less people are related or doing agriculture. That's what they are taking people away from agriculture. That is the model which is called a successful model of a nation development. So, as the developed countries are there in India, we have around 50 or 58 to 60% people doing farming, but as well in Europe, there are only, I think, 1.5% people
yeah,
are involved in farming, and same things are in US and all. So their
yeah.
issues are different. Here, the issue is different.
Okay, thank you so much. So another question is a little hypothetical. You can say, if
Hmm.
in future MSP gets into a legal thing, means it gets a legal
Hmm.
status. So what will be the scenario of agriculture sector in India?
Okay. Well, if as per the farmer's demand, if they want a guaranteed plan or guaranteed assurance or if say legal, they want the MSP to be legalized. If that or they want MSP to be legally binding. So if that will happen, this is going to be totally going to be anti-farmer. And how so? This is a strong statement to be made, but I can give you few things. Few as I said in the previous question that in Europe the MSP was always keep on increasing. The governments were always giving MSP to their farmers, and their farmers were with the larger farmers, large lands owners. In India, MSP, there are many other sectors which are related to agriculture, such as poultry, fishery, then the milk sector. They all are growing without any MSP or zero MSP. Even in, if you put MSP, there are two, three things which are going to be happen. So let's discuss them, A, B, C, D in an order. So first thing is, there is a, everywhere in the world, there is a kind of a pattern which we have noticed, which is very well published, that when you give MSP on a crop, the farmer started overgrowing or growing that crop more and more and more and more. You understand my point?
Yeah.
So that is one problem. And with the increased yield or supply, there is no demand outside. India is already a surplus grain market. India is one of the leading country in the world which is producing cheaper grain for the masses. If you give MSP or guaranteed or legal MSPs, the price will shoot. Whatever right now is the price, it is going to be 25 to 30% more than the price. Now, MSP, which is, for example, last year, around 2,800 rupees per quintal price was, kind of considered for the wheat. Last year, I'm talking.
Yeah.
But government, this was going to be, this was going to increase the price of every item related to the wheat. So the government of India had to intervene. That's what its duty is. So they released around 3.5 lakh metric tons of, you know, wheat from their
Wait.
godowns, from their reserves to the market at a very cheap prices to curb the balance. They
Yeah.
demand was there, so they intervene the supply chain. So there, people were more favoring that kind of grain to buy from the government instead of getting the fresh grains from the farmer or recently harvested crop. So there, the farmers were not paid 28 or 2,800 rupees per quintal. They were paid less. So that's the problem. If MSP will come, definitely the farmers won't find a suitable market. Nobody, government cannot buy from them at that rate. And private players, the MSP, for example, if you add any uh, inflation
Corporate.
and everything, or you put the Swaminathan's report C2
Okay.
formula, then the current, I'm just saying hypothetically, the MSP of the wheat will be around 3,500 rupees per quintal. At this price, you know, they won't find buyers very easily. Corporates will not be able to buy, grain at this price. So what will happen is, then anybody who is offering or buying crop lower than the price of 3,500 rupees will be criminalized. This is going to be a offense. So people will avoid doing this purchase. This will eventually is not going to help farmers.
Okay. So I think the situation will be more chaotic, I think,
Yes,
than the
yes,
peaceful.
yes,
Yeah.
it will be more chaotic. Then farmers will not find any way, because it will disrupt the demand and supply. Supply is
Yeah.
already so much. Demand is not there. Demand is less because people in India, they does not have the power of purchasing or buying the crop. And
Yeah.
especially everywhere in the world, according to WTO's treaties, India cannot sell the crop in bulk in such an amount. Yesterday we talked that India is kind of is doing something similar what China does in electronic sector. India is doing similar in the agriculture sector. So yeah, this is going to be a very how I say negative.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. And next question is from our last podcast. You
Hmm.
talked about that government is giving like lakhs of crores, like around 5 lakh crores to
Yeah,
the
5 lakh crores.
farmers. So
Yes.
can you specify that where the government is spending it?
Okay. So as per India, if you are aware about it, India is giving food security to almost 800 million or 80 crore Indians.
Yeah.
So every year. So that is roughly around 2,12,000 crore rupees each year. So that is the biggest chunk of the subsidy which goes to the consumer. So this is very interesting point here. Uh, you know what? India is not giving subsidies to the farmers much as they are giving to the consumer. India is almost giving 80 to 90% subsidies to the consumer rather than the farmers. You understand?
Okay.
This is totally opposite of what it's supposed to be. Now let's come to the other point. Then it also gives, for example, Punjab is getting around 99,000 crore rupees of electricity bill, concessions, and the all India number is 90,000 crore each year. And India is kind of providing the cheapest urea in the world. Its a production cost is around $350 to $400, but they are giving it at around 80, 70, $80 each bag. So there also it's the extra load on the government or the system, which is about 2 lakh crore. So if you sum up all this, it's roughly around, you know, then the subsidies on the farm machinery and many other loans and everything, that roughly comes at around 5 lakh crore rupees. Yeah. And
Okay.
it's and Indian budget, the total budget of Indian government is around 47 lakh crore rupees, out of which 5 lakh crore rupees is just for the subsidies. Yes. And we are touching the higher cap of subsidies which we are allowed to do by the WTO.
I think that cap is also coming from the amber box, right?
Amber, yeah, everything is amber box. Yes, we're not touching the
Yeah.
green box yet.
Okay. And can you tell us about a little bit about the blue box? What's that thing?
Blue box is for the developed countries or countries those are little ahead of us. It is basically for the production of other substances, not the agriculture one. So that is
Okay.
irrelevant in case of India.
Okay. Like for the future, till the India will be the developed country.
They have, yeah, maybe yes,
Yeah.
we can utilize. That's totally restricted
Oh,
for us.
okay. And like if government of India is going to give MSP as per the C2 plus formula by MS Swaminathan report. So
Hmm.
what do you think? What will be the implications on the food security bill and
Hmm.
other financial sectors in India?
Okay. Well, it looks like th- let's presume it for now that if the MSP bill is going to be implemented in next financial year by Indian government, and the farmer protest, get through this by the and two things will be happening, which is very, which is quite strong. Uh, Imagine they are first is the food security, um, you know, bill, where they are feeding around 80,000 household or individuals in India, which is costing around 2,12,000 crore rupees. And you just adjust the inflation, and you can increase it by 35%, 30 to 35%, which is going to be around 2.75 lakh crore just for the wheat and rice. Okay, these two
Okay.
crops. Imagine if they will give MSP on all the 23 crops everywhere in India. This is going to be around 4 to 5 lakh crore rupees year just for the food security. Imagine, forget
Okay.
about any other thing else. And then there is we talked about the pesticides and the
Yeah.
other subsidies and electricity and all. Then there will be no other space for any such expenditures for to be done, and that is actually violation of WTO's guideline. India cannot go beyond that 5 lakh, you know, number.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, so I think we covered everything
Yeah.
related to the MSP. Like, is it relevant or not? And maybe farmers and the government of India will settle somewhere where both of the
Hmm.
parties are getting the
Yes.
benefits from
Yes.
MSP as well as the agriculture sector. So
Yes.
hope for the best, and
True,
I
true.
think,
So that
yeah,
is, yeah, that's the current scenario of the whole problem where the MSP stands and what are the, this is just, I mean, we would like to just share the data which we collected from the
yeah.
Indian or anywhere from the internet. We just wanted to tell the, how, what the data speaks about.
I
And the
think you did
data
a
does not
remarkable
speak so
job.
well. Thank you.
You did a remarkable job because it's a huge data. Like you put it in
Yeah.
one video, and
Yeah. I try to
moreover,
simplify it.
yeah, like most of the people are not comprehending properly what is MSP and how is it
Yeah.
going to affect the agriculture in the future.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I think next video we need to discuss about what are the alternatives if the MSP is
yeah,
not a viable option. What could be done,
yeah,
to attain the goals of sustainability and the well-being of farmers and all. That has to be discussed in the next video.
yeah. Okay, thank you
Okay.
so much, and yeah,